Hey everybody, this is Kelly Cass. I am up here at Rock Allegiance in Chester, Pennsylvania. I'm sitting down with Young Guns today. And how are you today?
I'm good. The band is obviously more than just me, but I am the
Yes.
chosen representative
You got
for
suckered into
today.
it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Did y'all
Yeah.
draw straws?
No, we don't actually. I don't know what they're doing, but my name's Gus. I'm the singer, but the other guys tend to do a lot of the heavy lifting after the show. I'll go and talk to people that watch the show, and they're packing down equipment.
They make you work,
So I feel like it's fair enough for me to do the interviews. But yeah, I'm good. I'm real good. We had a good show today. Everything, we've had a great summer. The times are good.
Good. Now, where do you go after this?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
on.
Tomorrow
Just
we
make
are
it
in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes, I'm hoping to move there soon.
Oh, is it nice? Is it cool?
Well, I want to be around Charlotte and Greensboro, the big music.
North
out
Carolina's
that way,
great.
Yes.
So we're going there tomorrow. We have a headline show. At the moment, we're in the States for it's a bit of a tour that's kind of all over the place. So we have a few shows with Mason-Hudson.
Yes.
They've just released a new record at the same time as us. We have the same management, so we have a couple of dual release shows with them. A few headliners, like the one tomorrow. And then these wonderful festivals. So we're here until the 4th of October, and we're just kind of going all over the place.
Now, where are you from originally?
I'm from London, in England. I'm half Norwegian, but I grew up in centre of London. My dudes grew up just outside the city, so we're London boys. And I think over here, we're obviously a long way away from home, but it's kind of cool. Everyone's made us feel very welcome.
Well, I am from Alabama, so
I can tell.
Really? Is it that bad?
It's lovely. It's lovely.
Yeah, I have the wonderful southern drawl.
Oh, it is wonderful. Yeah,
I will
for
throw
us.
y'alls in there, and I don't mean
That's
to.
great. We love
Sorry.
that. I mean, for us, I suppose wherever you grow up, you're like, yeah. But I come over here and I'm fascinated by all the different dialects, by all the different accents you guys have. You have a huge country with a lot of different, really interesting people in it, and I really enjoy being here. So I enjoy hearing your accent, hearing all the other accents. I think it's great. I love it.
Now, how is the difference how y'all are received over here as in London?
Well, we started the band there, of course, so we have a bit more history there.
Yeah.
Our fan base is slightly different. In the UK, rock, in UK and Europe, but more the UK, rock music tends to be a little more niche. You don't really get much on the radio. And it's a little more of a younger audience, whereas we come over here and we're playing to people that are from 10 years old to 50 plus, and I love that because I think music is about bringing people together, and is over here in this country there's people from so many different backgrounds, different age groups, and when you're playing a show and there's people from all different places and those 8 different age groups kind of singing the same song, I love that. I think that's amazing. So I like the UK and Europe, it's great, but over here I feel that there's just a broader acceptance of the kind of music that we play, so I obviously am going to enjoy that.
Now, when did you all come together?
We started the band properly in 2008, and we released our first EP, a 4-track CD, in 2009. And I was singing because our old singer quit. And I was like, I'll do it until we get one, and then we never got a singer, so here I am. But I would say end of 2008 is when we started, so depressingly that's 8 years.
Depressingly?
Yeah, that feels like a long time.
Not bad.
But we didn't release our first album until 2010, so I can shave a few years off that if I'm feeling too old.
There you go. Now, when you all got together, what did you do before?
Before I was playing music, I used to work for the BBC.
Uh-huh.
I had a real job, and I was terrible at it because I'm just so undisciplined. I've managed to stumble into the only career path that allows me to be the kind of undisciplined, unorganized person that I am. Being in a band, for me anyway, is kind of like absolving yourself of most adult responsibilities. I'm lucky I have people to tell me where to be, when to be there, and then they get me there, so it's great. But when we started writing music together, me and the guys, I moved out of my place in London. I sold most of my stuff, put the rest in storage, and then would just work in retail. You know, like in clothing stores. I worked in American Apparel for a while, stuff like that. Just because they were flexible, and if we had to have a tour that they wouldn't let me go on, I could just like walk out the door and be like,
There you
"Fuck
go.
you guys."
See ya.
And I wasn't losing I wasn't necessarily losing a career.
Yeah.
In the UK, the service and retail industry is not held in as high regard as it is here. You can have a good career here in the service industry. In the UK, not so much.
Not so much.
So you don't get people that are as good at their job in the UK as you do over here. But yeah, so we would do odd jobs, you know, whatever, retail, working in bars, stuff that we could walk out of if we had to, because when we were first started touring, we didn't know what was coming up and when it was going to be coming up.
Yeah.
You know, you had to kind of think on your feet and grab every chance that you could, which we did. So
Now, your music, we'll get back to that. Is there any particular band that the genre you like, any kind of band in different genres? Who's your favorite? Who do you think your music the sound is more based on?
as in like an influence?
Yes.
It's kind of tough to say. We all, when we started the band when we were a little bit younger, we all shared a love. We had different tastes in music. We liked different things,
Yeah.
but we all shared a love for a band called Thrice.
Yes.
They were a band that we really connected over when we were kids. So that was probably like the touchstone, like the common point between all of us when we started the band. They have a good marriage of like very kind of smart emotional lyrics, but also just kind of like great rhythm, like, you know, great riffs, stuff like that. And we always kind of liked that marriage of it being like heavy music but kind of with a bit of brain, a bit of cerebral kind of stuff going on there. We liked that, so that was an influence for us. But we're kids from the 80s, so we grew up listening to Michael Jackson and the Police and all of that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And we don't listen to that much rock music because we spend our lives surrounded by it, so we listen to a lot of other genres. I love a band. I'm listening to this French woman at the moment called Christine and the Queens, and she's kind of like this. She's really unusual. She's really weird. It's really cool. She's like Prince and Michael Jackson, but she's this kind of crazy French woman, which is cool. Or I like stuff like The War on Drugs, which is kind of like a mix of Bruce Springsteen and the Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
That's really great. Yeah. Metallica will always be my number one.
There you go. I like it. I like it. Where do y'all see you going, album-wise?
It's hard to know. I mean,
Who does and who does the most writing on the albums?
Okay, yeah. Well, that's
Would that be easier to do that?
Yeah, I think in me, I tend to write a lot of vocal melodies, and it'll just be vocal and a piano. You know, I keep it very, very simple, and then I'll take it to the guys, and that's when we will build something out of that. John and Fraser, the guys that play the guitars, they will come to the table with like a pretty much fully finished kind of idea or guitar part, stuff like that. Me and John write a lot of vocals together as well. So I suppose the three of us are the ones that will bring the majority of the music to the table, and then Chris and Simon will come in on the drums and the bass and go through the rhythm section and start to get all that kind of stuff. So there's like that tends to be the kind of process that we go with, but really everybody contributes. It's quite like a democratic process in this band, which kind of sometimes is annoying, but it does mean that everybody feels like they have ownership over the material, which is cool, which is good.